You are wrong about time. You think time flows, you feel it passing, you watch yourself get older. But according to modern physics, none of that is what time actually is. The flow you feel isn't a feature of the universe. It's something your brain creates.
Yeah, let's get into it. Our source material really doesn't pull any punches. It just comes right out and says it. That deep feeling you have of seconds ticking by, of aging, the argument is that this is a biological sensation. It's something your brain is creating, not some fundamental law of the universe.
And right here, this is the first huge hurdle for our brains to get over. We feel like we're being pushed forward by time, from the past through the present and into the future. But modern physics says that this whole idea of flow, it's just a really, really convincing illusion.
So if time isn't actually flowing, then what in the world are we experiencing? Well, it's a mental construct. It's a handy story your brain tells itself to make sense of the world, to understand cause and effect. It's an amazing tool for survival for sure, but it's not a direct look at how reality actually works.
Okay, so let's dig into that. If our brain is basically lying to us about time, how is it pulling it off? How can something that feels so real and fundamental just be something we made up?
The source suggests a little experiment you can do right now. Seriously, try it. Close your eyes and just try to count to 60 in your head. Pay attention to what's actually happening in your mind. What do you see? What do you hear?
So what happened? Did you hear a little voice in your head counting? Maybe you saw a clock or like a progress bar filling up. The fact that we all do this differently is the smoking gun. See, if time was this universal external thing, we'd all experience its passage the same way. The fact that we don't proves it's a personal internal construction. All right, now let's go after the biggest myth of them all. This idea that time is a river, and we're all just being carried along for the ride.
We've all heard this, right? It sounds poetic, and it feels true. But this whole metaphor completely collapses when you ask one very simple question.
Just think about that for a second. Anything that flows has a speed, a rate. A river flows at a certain number of miles per hour. So if time flows, what's its speed?
And there it is. The whole idea breaks. Saying time flows at 1 second per second is totally meaningless. It's a circular definition. It's like asking, "How tall are you?" and answering, "1 me tall." It doesn't actually tell you anything. And it shows that the concept of flow just doesn't work for time. Okay, so we've torn down our old intuitions. Now it's time to build a new understanding from the ground up, based on what physics actually tells us about what time is.
This is the crucial mental shift we have to make. Our gut tells us that time is this invisible force that makes things happen. But physics sees it very differently. Time doesn't do anything. It's just an accounting system. Think about it. Milk doesn't spoil because of time. It spoils because of chemistry. Time is just the framework, the ledger that we use to track the order of those chemical events. It measures change. It absolutely does not cause it.
And this is where things get really, really weird. Thanks to Albert Einstein, we know for a fact that there is no single universal clock ticking away at the same rate for everybody. The speed of time itself is flexible.
These are the two dials that control the speed of time for you. How fast you're moving and how strong the gravity is where you are. These things literally change how quickly time passes for you compared to someone else. And hey, this isn't just some crazy theory. It's proven science. It's why we have to constantly adjust the clocks on our GPS satellites, or else your phone's map would be off by miles every single day.
Now this is a wild trade-off, and it's built into the fabric of the universe. Think of it like you have a total budget of motion. The more of that budget you spend moving fast through space, the less you have left to move through time. So let's take that idea to its absolute extreme. A particle of light, a photon, travels at the ultimate speed limit. It's using its entire motion budget to travel through space. And because of that, its motion through time drops to 0. From a photon's point of view, its entire journey across billions of light years happens in a single instant. For light, time literally stands still. Okay, so if time doesn't flow and its speed can change, what does that mean for the structure of reality itself? Well, brace yourself because we're about to get into one of the most staggering ideas in all of science. This model says that if time is a dimension, just like length, width, and height, then all moments are equally real. The past, the present, and the future, they all exist simultaneously.
The future isn't something that's coming, and the past isn't something that's gone. They're just different locations in a four-dimensional reality called space-time.
Now, a great way to wrap your head around this is to imagine the entire history of the universe as one of those old movie reels. All the individual frames of the movie already exist on the film, from the beginning to the end. Your consciousness is like the light of the projector, illuminating one single frame at a time. That frame is what you call the present. And as the light moves, you get the illusion of a story unfolding.
This just flips the whole script, doesn't it? Time isn't a river that's carrying you along. Reality is this static four-dimensional landscape, and you are the one moving through it. It's your consciousness that flows from one moment to the next.
This is the big, obvious question, right? If the past and the future are both already out there, why can we remember the past but not the future? What makes time feel like a one-way street? Well, the answer, weirdly enough, has to do with messiness.
It's all because of something called entropy, which is basically a scientific law that says things in the universe tend to go from order to disorder. You know, an egg can scramble, but you'll never see scrambled eggs spontaneously unscramble themselves back into a perfect egg. This process of things getting messier only goes one way, and our brains simply evolved to label this one-way street of increasing disorder as the arrow of time.
So let's pull all of this together. We have completely shattered our everyday intuition, and we've built this new, frankly bizarre model of time based on physics. What does this all mean for you?
This is the really profound takeaway. You aren't a traveler on a journey through time. You are the journey. Your entire life, from the moment you're born to the moment you die, is a complete pattern that exists laid out within this four-dimensional block of space-time.
And maybe that's the final most incredible thing to think about. Our brains created this simple, useful illusion of flowing time so we could survive. And yet, those very same brains can use things like math and logic to look behind the curtain and see a reality that is so much bigger and so much stranger than we were ever meant to. The fact that we can even comprehend this might just be the most amazing thing in the entire universe.
Thanks for watching. Reality X Decoded isn't official teaching. We simply explore and aim to stay as accurate as possible. If anything seems off or you have questions, comment below and let us know what to decode next. Don't forget to subscribe.